Ladies and gerbils, how are we? Yeah, well, you see, it looks like one, doesn't it? But it's not. No, it isn't. No, it's one of these. It's a Westone. Well, you'll know that from the title, obviously. So, let's have a listen to it. See what it does. Have a look round. Off we go. So onto the pickups, and in the tune there, those of you who noticed the jazz note, that was of course intentional. Anyway, let's have a listen to these pickups. We're down here, so you can see what's going on. So we're going to start off with the bridge end, and okay, into the centre. Onto the neck. Lovely. Let's have a look round. See what we can find. Yeah, so The history of Westone is, according to my research, is somewhat woolly, and there are conflicting reports and documentation about it. But the short story is basically they were built either in or for the... Do you remember that Martin Slammer that I had, that red strap copy thing? Well, apparently these were originally made in the German Democratic Republic up until 1975, when Matsumoku acquired the name, and they built them until they went bust in 1987. So the production was then moved to Korea, and the Korea ones are usually most easily identified by having a scarf joint on the neck. As it turns out, this one does have a scarf joint. And then there was a St. Louis US company that had something to do with them for a bit. What happened then? They had their own brand Electra, and then they were called Electra Westone, and then just Westone. In 91 they became Alvarez. There was then a British luthier called John Poole who made guitars under the Westone name in the 90s, and there's no information about when that petered out, but I suppose that it did. And then in 2010, a German company called Music-Meyer either bought the name or started using the name and the logo just for a couple of years, and that's when they started producing some American copy Chinese knockoffs, which is what I rather fancy that this is. This is quite a puzzle, this guitar, so I'm going to guess that it's one of the 2010-2012 varieties, when they were just copying Strats and Les Pauls and that kind of thing, and obviously these two. And so looking inside, there's no information on the pots, there's no information on the inside of the neck, there's no information on the pickups, there's no serial number, there's no sticker. There might have been a sticker at some point, but there certainly isn't one now, and there's nothing on the back plate either. But I would guess that it's not a 70s one, certainly, largely because of the tuners. These do look like relatively modern Chinese, and feel like them as well, Chinese Goto copies. All of that said, it's a nice guitar. It plays great and it sounds amazing. The pickups, your two humbuckers here, are popping out a very robust 13, which is powerful. They don't come much hotter than that. I don't think you can wind them any hotter than that. I don't know, maybe a little bit, but anyway, plays nice. The neck is great, and it is a bolt-on neck. So let's have a look. So we've got the Westone truss rod cover logo, or the Westone logo on the truss rod cover here at the front, and Rosewood Fingerboard with acrylic dot inlays, and we've got a maple neck with a scarf joint, which you can clearly see, and you can see those Goto style tuners there. Here we have the bolt-on neck, and it's, for all the world, well, it's a Flying V copy, obviously, isn't it, you see? And so you've got two volumes, one tone, and a toggle switch here. And of course your output jack is mounted on the front here rather than being around the side, so when the scratch plate comes off, everything comes off. And I would guess that I'm guessing the body's basswood, or yes, I would say that it's basswood, possibly poplar, but it's a nice healthy weight, not as heavy as a good old mahogany Gibson USA, as though they're made anywhere else. And it is just a really, really pleasant instrument. I know who would know all about these, Mad Malco, because he's a Westone aficionado. He'd be able to tell me who made them and whether he probably knows everybody's names. So that's it. It plays great. It sounds ace. I love the pickups. They're absolutely brilliant. If I was to make a criticism about it, here's my criticism: that it's just in the wrong place, and it just, and so's that for that matter. This should be down here, and that should be maybe even mounted onto the neck plate there. I think that will just make it a little bit more. Once you start playing, you don't really notice, but while you mucking about, getting your brew, whatever, while it's hanging around your neck, you can feel a little instability. But like I say, once you're up and running, you don't even notice. So these really are worth considering, because for a start, they're not expensive. I mean, you'll pick these up for half the price of an Epiphone, and obviously significantly 20% of what you pay for 15-20% of what you pay for a Gibson job, and they play really well, and they sound terrific. So only a quickie, I think, wasn't it? But that's it from me and the Westone tonight. And I mean, it's got this nice triple ply scratch plate here. So they're well built, I would say. Like it's, like scarf. We like scarf joints. They're nice and strong. So yes, I'd say they're well built and well worth owning. And it has got me interested in Westones now. So I should be looking out for some of their more bizarre guitars that came from the Matsumoku factory. Yes, Westone. Well worth a look. I hope that was useful for you, ladies and gentlemen out there. Well. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Adios, amigos. Ta-ra.